Hi, I'm immigration attorney John Khosravi, and today I want to talk about all the travel bans that exist with the latest update. This recording is January 25th, 2021, and President Biden has come in and made some massive changes that affect people that are potentially fiancé visa holders, spouses of green card holders from certain countries, and a lot more. We're going to go through it all right now. Hi, I'm immigration attorney John Khosravi. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to go through the various travel bans that are existing right now that affect different people from different countries in the world, from different places, based on different relationships and job opportunities, all that, so you're prepared to know what's going on. These rules change constantly, so I want you to be prepared, but we have a new president, but we still have the old things hanging over from the old president that are coming through. If you want to have a private consultation to review your individual case, just email me at info@jqqlaw.com, and in it, describe what your situation is briefly so I have an idea of what's going on and we could take it from there. But with that, let's get it started what we're talking about. President Trump, when he was here, put a lot of different travel bans into place. So some have changed, some are extended, some are tweaked, but for the most part, a lot of them, unfortunately, are still there, and they will affect your loved ones, your employees, and the like. So first of all, President Biden came into place. The first thing that he did is he signed an executive order that got rid of what's considered the Muslim ban. Now, this was a ban originally made that affected people in mostly Muslim countries like Iran, Syria, Yemen, Sudan, but then it was expanded and they added Nigeria in there, also a heavily Muslim populated country, but also Venezuela and North Korea. And it banned these people in different visa categories, not complete bans necessarily, from coming to the United States or getting a visa. President Biden immediately got rid of this, so it's really good. But if you're from one of these countries and other countries like China, Pakistan, anywhere where the United States thinks there's a security situation or there's fraudulent documents typically involved in a lot of cases, you still have to undergo something called administrative processing, which is a delay that happens after your interview at the embassy or consulate, where they say we need to do more research, we need to think about your case more. So expect delays to continue, kind of the same old, not efficient process that keeps you from coming to the United States. So let's put aside that ban, but let's jump to major bans, which are about COVID-19. As you know, COVID-19 had a very bad effect on the United States. Not only did it cause a lot of people to get sick, but it's also caused shutdowns in businesses, creating high unemployment. And President Trump made a couple of decisions. First off, in early 2020, he initiated the first of his kind, a travel ban based on a medical situation, saying people that have visited China in the last 2 weeks cannot come to the United States. Then to that, he added people that went to Iran, and then people that were from Europe, it's not from Europe, visited Europe. And it's very important to note, it's not that if you're a citizen of one of these countries, it's if you have visited one of them in the last 2 weeks, so you could potentially be a COVID-19 carrier coming to the United States. So they started with China, added Iran, surprisingly added the EU, the European Union, and the countries there, then added the United Kingdom, England, and Ireland, and then added Brazil. Now, before President Trump was leaving, he got rid of the EU ban, the UK, Ireland ban, and the Brazil ban, but immediately, President-elect Biden and now President Biden said, no, we're going to continue those because we have a fear of COVID-19 happening. And not only are we going to keep those, we're going to add South Africa to a list because apparently they have this different strain of COVID-19 that they don't want to enter the United States. So not only did that stay, but it was actually expanded by President Biden. So be prepared for that. This could really affect a lot of people I'm dealing with, which are fiancé visa holders, K1 cases like from China, from Iran, or from Europe. They literally, even if their fiancé is a U.S. citizen, which it has to be K1, have to have a U.S. citizen fiancé, they cannot get a visa to come in. Now, there have been lawsuits where some exceptions have happened, and there have been lawsuits not only in the fiancé visa process, but also in the work visa one that we're going to get into in a second, that let people still get their visas potentially come here, but those are exceptions. And the bans themselves have exceptions to them. As I mentioned, if you're a spouse of a U.S. citizen, there may be an exception. If you're a researcher in COVID, they might give an exception. So there are visa exceptions and exemptions and stuff like that are possible in waivers, but it's not most of the cases. So you really should consult with an attorney to see if your case falls within them, but most cases will not, and they're going to be hit really hard by these travel bans. So we talked about the Muslim ban. We talked about the country visiting specific bans. But there's another set that's really tough on people, which is an immigrant visa ban. So non-immigrant visas are those where you come to the United States temporarily for a specific purpose, for tourism, for work. There's a non-immigrant visa ban that President Trump did because he said there's high unemployment in the United States. So because of that, we don't want people to come here to take American jobs. So we're going to cut down on things like the H-1B, things like the L-1, things like J visa, certain types of them. These are visa categories where people come and work in the United States. If you didn't have the visa already or not in the United States already, they will not issue these at the embassies. Now, this was supposed to go until December 31st, 2020. President Trump extended these to March 31st. They're still there. President Biden hasn't made a comment on it, so they're still going to continue. Who knows if they'll continue after that. But also he added another one for immigrant visa. So these are people who are going to get a green card, but they can't come to the United States to get their green card. And this affects a lot of people, most of the preference categories. So if you're, a parent, a spouse of a green card holder, the F2A category, a lot of people are contacting me about that. Brothers and sisters of U.S. citizens, children, adult children of U.S. citizens and green card holders, people that have work green cards coming, except for the EB-5 investor category. All these people are banned from being able to get a visa and coming to the United States. Now, a lot of people contact me and say, why can't I at least get my interview? Well, the embassies, first of all, are mostly shut down or partially shut down, so they're not seeing people in general. But even if they did, because there's a ban, they can't issue you a visa anyways if you're in one of these categories. So there's no point in them scheduling the interview, thus your case is stuck at the National Visa Center until guidance changes or the situation on the ground changes. So that's the reality for these immigrant, non-immigrant visa bans. People are still stuck and they will continue to be, and it affects people like parents of U.S. citizens. Unless you had the immigrant visa in the United States, this ban will affect you. Let's say you had gone, and I have clients like this, gone to the embassy, got an approved visa, we're gonna come to the United States in March 1st, but by the time March 1st hit, these different bans happen, all of a sudden, you can't enter the United States because even though you have an immigrant visa, you're not allowed to enter with it unless you spend time outside of those banned countries or if you're falling within some other category. It gets messy, and that's why I need to have a private consultation with people to see how it affects them particularly. But expect most of these bans to continue in one form or fashion, or huge delays to happen because of it, or administrative processing, or embassies not being fully open or shutting down due to a COVID outbreak in the staff. So there's a lot of different factors. In general, it means if you're coming to the United States and you need to get a visa, it's gonna be hard to get a visa or impossible right now. Or if you already have a visa, you might be banned and not permitted to enter, and these bans are growing. So we know we're going to continue the ones we have. We added South Africa. Hopefully there's no more, not only because people need to come visit the US, but hopefully less people get sick. But that's the situation that's happening with the travel bans right now. Unfortunately, if it's hit you, it's going to continue hitting you. There's not much of a change that's happening in any way now that President Biden's here. Hopefully after March 31st, there'll be some changes. If the situation on the ground with regards to COVID gets better, hopefully it all gets better. But in reality, not much has changed, even with the travel ban for Muslim ban, so-called Muslim ban, ending. The problem still will continue to exist, so be prepared for that. I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi. Just email me, as I said earlier, right in the description, your immigration issue. My email is info@jqqlaw.com. And like, follow, subscribe to get more information just like this. We try to put out cutting edge information constantly on this channel and also on our other channels as well. But please follow us and visit us and see us on our live Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, where you could a live show, so you could ask questions right then live to me. Until next one, have a good one, be safe. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this educational video. We have a second channel with much more information as well at JQK Immigration Clips. Please check that out. Also, you'll find our social media site has a lot more videos, images, and information about the U.S. immigration process. Please check those out on the various social media websites.